I thought Crash was saving the world with Coco or something, not getting kidnapped by maniacs. You said he was in a VR world?
You okay? Let me get you a paper bag.
No, I'll be fine.
I kinda wanna ask something, but now's not a great time, is it?
Just ask.
Are you, Crash, and Coco all related, or...?
I'm their brother, and I should be helping them. I swear it feels like the world doesn't want me to help them when these things happen.
Yes, he's in a VR world right now. The mastermind's a T-Rex, but honestly, he's really bad at being evil.
Huh. Usually we don't get attacked by dinosaurs as evil masterminds. Usually the dinosaurs just try to maul us.
Oh my god, everything's still weird. By your panic, I'm assuming this isn't something you're used to.
I haven't had my brother get kidnapped and thrown into a Roman Colosseum deathmatch. Unwillingly.
This implies he did that willingly at one point.
Yes he did, but the point still stands.
Are you guys always in mortal peril?
It's weird when we aren't.
What makes this situation different?
I don't know where they are, or if they can handle whatever it is that's being thrown at them.
I think Crash is probably fine for a while. That game I was stuck in sounded a lot worse than it was. It still sucked, but it wasn't like we were in a crapload of danger.
I thought you said it was a death game, where it's kill or be killed.
It is, but both people willing to go through with it died already. The only people left are 3 cops, 2 little kids, Crash, and 4 other people that I doubt will do anything. And we all kind of split into 2 groups, and Crash is part of the investigation team, so he's constantly surrounded by cops. Also, I think I already said this, but the T-Rex mastermind is very, very bad at this job.
Oh, okay. He should be fine then, for now. But I still want him out of there, and I definitely need to know where my sister is.
What are you doing? You can't hold back a tsunami with a door? Never mind. I guess you can.
Hey, if Coco did it, so can I. Let's head back home. I'll take that, thank you.
What's with the giant spinning hologram of a box?
We've been channel surfing for about... Oh, it's only been 5-10 minutes, never mind.
Don't worry, Crunch. We'll find them.
I hope so.
What is up with these shows? They're very random.
They're very all over the place, yeah. Are you okay?
Don't worry. I've been through a lot lately, and compared to you guys who dealt with way worse, well, it's not a big deal compared to world-level destruction.
That wasn't a yes.
I'll be fine.
If you need to talk about it.
I'm fine, Crunch. Honestly, no. I can't tell what's worse. Me being in a dying world where everything is actually going as crazy as I'm hearing with aliens, robots, magic, and all that crap going on. Or me having completely lost my mind after what happened and I'm in some weird fantasy land my broken mind conjured up because of the Wendigo trauma. Assuming that's real too.
I'm guessing that's not normal for you.
I'm either talking to an irradiated mutant on the opposite side of the planet, or I'm pouring my heart out to an imaginary friend while I'm carted off to an asylum in reality. Yay.
I don't know how to respond to that.
They're not great options, are they?
If you think this is just your imagination, why try to save everyone in the game you told me about?
I know you're worrying about me, but it's best not to get worked up about it. It's just one of those things, you know?
I think so. I don't know what you mean.
how to word this. Never mind, it doesn't matter. My perception of reality hasn't been the same since at least 5 or so years ago. I appreciate the gesture, but I just haven't gotten out of this funk yet. I'm not sure when or if I will either.
Why view reality so badly, though?
Because nothing is real.
But it'll be real if we get out of here, right? So we just need to wait a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think we'll be stuck here forever?
No, that's definitely not the case.
What did you mean?
Word choice. The one thing I'm so amazing at.
Looking at everything like that is so sad, though.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. There's nothing happening right now.
Do you think the others are in danger? Where do we look for them?
They're heading the same way as us. Also, we should get out of here sooner, so getting lost in this dungeon looking for people will just make things worse, so let's go for the exit.
Are we in danger?
Not right now, anyway. Later? Maybe.
Wow, that's an helpful. Interesting how we got an end result that's perfectly split down the middle. Where is everyone? I'm gonna need a lot of burgers, cause you definitely won the bet. Wow, that's actually impressive. Nobody made it. You sucked that badly that everyone died. Rex, that's rude. It shouldn't have been that hard. Make them try again. This was a train wreck. Yep.
Let's hope Enforcer's not after her.
So, we don't talk much, but this'll be less awkward if we have some common ground. What do you like to do? I take it you made that strawberry hat and vest then?
Yep, I knit my own clothes.
It didn't look mass-produced in a factory. The materials look higher quality as well. I'm pure business. Not much else I know to add to conversations.
That's okay.
We'd better just stay focused on getting to the destination, and keeping alert for danger.
Yay!
From running from your problems? What problem was so bad you went to Snacktooth?
My family left me. Lizbert was looking for expedition members. Thought I could finally have a real family, instead of...
Is that why you act like Nico and Nanako's dad?
Old habits die hard, I guess. The only family I might have is Wiggle. Grump knows if she's okay.
Who's that?
I was desperate. I just wanted someone, anyone, to care about me. I stopped caring who it was, as long as it was something.
I guess friendship and love are harder to yearn for in my world, when almost nobody knows what it even is.
Love ain't a product you can sell. It's a very complicated thing, but it's the best feeling you can have. And I felt like I didn't have any.
I can see why you ran for your life and why meals are so uncomfortable for you now.
I hate those things so much. I loved them, and they did this to me.
Did you try keeping those things as pets?
They never listened to me. They never loved me. They... Why doesn't anyone love me?
Oh my money, you need therapy.
It's smarter and safer to run from them. Otherwise you'll become them. You saw what happened. That wasn't me anymore.
The parasites burrowed so deep into your mind they changed you to want them, no matter what. That's basically corruption-induced conformity to someone else's ideals. And I'll be if I let that happen to either of us.
You understand? You went through that yourself?
Business Planet is pretty darn corruptive. You saw what that world can do to me just from steroid use.
Grump, I completely forgot about that. Honestly, I'm still less scared of that than the bugs.
Really? Why?
Would you expect something so cute to be evil? Do I need to bring up Mayu and why I hate her so much?
Oh. Yeah, your perspective makes sense.
Mayu was basically no better than the snacks. She was completely okay with us voting someone else to death, voting Octavian and getting punished just so she could get away. It's the charmers you gotta watch out for, not the jerks. The charmers ain't obvious. So, I guess you could use your, monster form here?
Steroids and drug use in general got banned because of me, remember?
What grump kind of drugs you on?
None right now.
Not what I... never mind.
I am never turning into that beast ever again. I felt off before, but that can only mean one thing.
It's changing you from the inside?
I never thought I'd compare my steroids to your snacks, but...
Feels appropriate?
Sam, I know you and I have our disagreements. Speak your mind and get anything you want to say out now before it can affect the mission.
You have a stick up your butt, you're absolutely no fun, and you act like you're my boss when you aren't. Just leave me to my business and I'll leave you to yours.
My only complaint is that you both can't get along, but that's pretty much it. I thought you both would have gotten along better considering you complimented Garrus on the first day we were here.
Jog my memory. What was the compliment?
Garrus, I don't know any man that would be straight with you.
Look, would you just... Wait, what?
Oh god, I just said that out loud.
Wait, what are you insinuating?
I think all of us know what I'm insinuating, Ms. Valentine. Everyone hits on Garrus. Everyone.
Even dudes?
Well, you got impressive reach.
Stop.
I hate to say it, but he is kinda sexy.
That was an observation. General rule of thumb, deep voices and slim figures are attractive. In fact, I don't think Octavian was hitting on you either.
So, he was screwing with me.
I don't think he wanted to say that snide remark out loud. Also, Crash, another example. Your girlfriend you told me about. Is she the tall, buxom female in your bio's image gallery?
Yes? Where are you going with this?
Tall, slim, and buxom isn't my type. She's very sexy, but not my type.
Okay, so you weren't hitting on Garrus.
Crash, Sam, I expect you both to follow my lead. We're in hostile territory, and I'm the only one of us here with leadership experience. Any mistake can cost us our lives.
You better make good decisions then. Splitting hairs, it's basically ammo. You know, I expected technology would be advanced enough for ammo to not be a concern anymore. But if big business and money making the world go round didn't make it clear, a gun with infinite ammo wouldn't make great sales overall. Buy one and you're done. But if there's ammo to control and sell, well, you get the idea.
Thermal clips increase the firepower. The new system was made to make firearms stronger.
What's the old system like?
It was an overheating system. You didn't need clips, but you...
Hold on. You had a system where the gun ran on a cooling system instead of bullets? As in, you passed up on guns with infinite ammo?
Why would you do that?
It wasn't as powerful as the current models.
I don't buy that for a second. Look at our current situation and tell me this not ammo is preferable now that you can't get more of it.
We did have an overheating system in place before now. It didn't require clips.
Sounds useful in this situation, all things considered.
Who'd say no to infinite ammo?
The shop clerk's trying to make money, obviously. With good enough marketing and propaganda, they could easily just brainwash the masses into believing whatever bullcrap they want people to buy into for their own gain. You don't need a crappy mind control plot to pull that off, just really good marketing. It's just history repeating itself. Garrus, did you even notice a difference between the two types?
I've never compared them directly, but considering the average Avenger model, I wouldn't be surprised if you're right.
You know what? I'm fighting. Bring it on!
Sam, that's suicide! Tactical retreat. Move!
Crash.
That sort of thing!
That's the spirit.
I said tactical retreat!
And I said, you are not my boss.
They'll just keep following us unless we get rid of them. Attack!
That certainly could have gone better.
He's gone. Even if this is just a simulation, I failed to protect my team.
You really take this stuff seriously, huh?
Why wouldn't I? It's my duty to keep people safe, but... I couldn't protect both of you effectively.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm feeling pretty sorry for you now.
I think this is just... I should take a hint. I'm not a good leader. Sam, this isn't my first royal up.
Lost your squad?
Every last one of them. I never saw the betrayal coming.
Hard to say that one's on you.
My team is my responsibility. I have to... Oh, Spirits, Crash was basically a civilian.
Pretty sure civilians are bad at defending themselves, and he's not that bad at it.
You think the sim means that...
He won't stay dead. The mastermind wouldn't allow this to impede on the game.
How are you so confident?
Because this isn't the game we're supposed to be playing. This is just a detour. A detour has a reward, and our reward is memory.
I hope you're right, but I don't think I feel any better.
Positive. We avoided ironic death based on how we could have died. I doubt there's another trick coming up for us.
You're probably right. We're safe. For now.
Correction. We're safe. You're not. Not yet, anyway.
What'd you mean?
Well, the announcement when this started said that 2 monsters are in play from the beginning and more will appear over time. Our monsters were echoes of how we died. This means...
I'm next.
Yep.
I'm not certain. And even then, that still leaves the monster that will go after me.
Fair enough, I suppose.
So, Garrus, we haven't really talked much. Any hobbies you like?
I've calibrated a few things before. Mostly ship weapons and upgrades.
Spaceship weapons?
Like a mounted laser cannon to shoot other ships with? Or is that just something only Coco does?
Your sister made a spaceship?
Yep.
What year are you from again?
The 90s.
Which 90s?
Does it matter? Besides, we want to know about the future.
What's your spaceship weapon like?
Well, I managed to figure out how to upgrade the Normandy weapons to the Phoenix cannon, which has enough firepower to tear through the Collector cruiser.
Come again?
Right, sorry. Our stealth ship got a laser cannon that can destroy a dreadnought. I've tinkered with my visor before. Increased zoom, biotic detection, armor and shield hotlink, music player, you get the picture.
Sounds more advanced than your guns.
The music player must be for when you're off the clock.
Actually, no it isn't. It's for fighting.
Oh, that's why you're no fun.
What?
You're repressed too. You like violence just as much as we do.
I will admit that my skill with firearms is something that I take pride in, but I fight for what's right. Justice.
Do tell. This is finally getting interesting.
I could do without constant suicidal missions and gunfire.
So you're not antsy to get out of here and shoot someone who deserves it?
I didn't say that.
Does that sound appealing, though?
Yes.
Do tell. This is finally getting interesting.
Garrus, I think we need to have a talk. Ooh. Firstly, it's very hard to want to listen to you when you're rude to us.
Your strict, commanding tone falls on deaf ears if we dislike you enough to think whatever you say is crap. Not only that, but we are not people that you can discipline.
Even Jack and Grunt followed Shepard's orders. What am I doing wrong?
I am definitely thinking worse of you for rejecting infinite ammo.
Even if you expect not to use it, at least keep the dang thing as a backup.
This assumes we didn't keep it on the Normandy.
Did you?
No.
We have both been bored out of our minds. You really should have known we were gonna stay and fight.
That was the most action we've had since we got here. I'm disappointed how short it was.
Do neither of you know what danger is?
Look, you can hold your own in a fight, you operate well with your squad back home, strategy, lots of combat experience, blah blah blah. Tone down the arrogance. Either you really think you're all that in a bag of chips, or you're masking your insecurities.
Well, that's a big leap to make.
He acts like our boss, makes contests out of things to see if he wins, and argued with basically everyone that's not CEO by this point, and it's affecting our odds by lowering morale.
Sam, we are in a dangerous situation that you just almost died to. And now you're going to lecture me about—
Yes. Shut up.
Good grief, you're both rude. Can we just go? I don't want to deal with more arguing.
I know. I know you're right. By this point, I've off everybody. Even Nanako doesn't like me.
You've had to have royally screwed up for even Nanako to be mad at you.
You're insecure. A naturally arrogant jerk wouldn't admit it.
Sam, I've lost everything. Multiple times. What am I supposed to do anymore? Getting everyone out alive is all I can do.
Explain. This sounds personal.
You're really willing to listen?
I'm irreverent, not ignorant.
Shepard's the only thing in my life that went right. I have no job. My squad and Omega all died. The criminals I killed as a vigilante leader were never enough. And now Shepard is a vague blob in my mind, but I can't remember at all because of this time-space nonsense.
That's horrible. I'm sorry your team got wiped out.
If something like that vague blob thing happened to me that I forgot Max, I certainly wouldn't be calm myself. It makes sense now why you've been so miserable.
You understand?
I understand, though I'd still say that taking your problems out on others like this isn't good for you. But it seemed like you didn't understand your own feelings. It doesn't hurt to introspect now and then. How old are you?
Late 20s.
You're young, you'll figure yourself out eventually. Just try not to take your issues out on others like Natsuki keeps doing and you should be fine. Just keep your hatred of Octavian to yourself, and your odds of getting back to Shepard will increase.
I feel like you're repeating the advice we gave you from the intervention.
I am, but it applies here too.
I'll try.
That's all I can ask for right now.
You know, if you, Sayori, and Cthulhu didn't all decide to go and kidnap the literal devil for no reason, we wouldn't be in this awkward situation. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Okay, but how? We're the freaking villains, remember? Well, now we'll have less competition. And not only that, but with who all's on our team, indoctrinating all the Diablos isn't that bizarre, you know? It'll make us look more threatening as villains. Yeah, I got that, but the gazers. Just say audience, it's easier that way. There. The audience expects us to be the villains to make all this drama make sense. It doesn't if we go after freaking Diablo, who is so obviously evil that getting him out of the picture makes us look like anti-heroes at worst. What about that hit you placed on the elusive? He's blatantly evil. So long as the audience doesn't know his real name is Jack Harper, I can play it off as if we sent an assassin after Jacqueline Knott instead. And people say having two Sams in this killing game is awkward and confusing. I like it isn't. I think we can all agree that the Enforcer getting rid of Cerberus would be a treat. You really hate Cerberus, huh? I never would have expected a villain organization to be a Mary Sue, but here we are. So, only you get to make the call on who we do or don't go after. You sent the Enforcer after Cerberus. Yes, so we can deceive Garrus into hating us by thinking we're going after Jacqueline Knott instead. It's the same reason Bell was even made a member, so someone in the game has a reason to hate us. Don't you think the gazers, the audience, will catch on? Rex, even I didn't know what Subject Zero's name was until I looked it up. How many people know the Elusive Man's real name is Jack Harper? The same people who think Cora from Andromeda is biologically related to him because of his shared last name. Most people don't overanalyze the crap out of everything like I do, Rex. Besides, you and I both know that Cerberus is the worst. You really hate Cerberus, huh? I never would have expected... That sounds... odd. How's an entire evil corporate enterprise a Mary Sue? When it warps reality to steal the spotlight from the plot for no reason. In 2, you can't leave Cerberus, you can't talk smack about them, you aren't allowed to blatantly hate them until the game is over, etc. They're the center of the main plot because God said so. In 3, there is no reason for them to be the center of the known universe and check a million space ninjas at everything all the time. Yeah, why did the Citadel coup happen again? I don't freaking know, it makes no sense! Neither does them invading the Solarian homeworld out of nowhere. Going from a Rogue Alliance Black Ops group to a well-known and reviled pro-human terrorist group to a giant army that throws a million soldiers at everything for no reason. And firing Kylag. And don't bring up that indoctrination bull. Doesn't work that way. Isn't it either a slow but effective burn over decades resulting in an effective agent versus quick but useless resulting in burning the agent out immediately for indoctrinating them too fast? That is literally how it works. Explaining indoctrination is the entire point of Vermeider. I thought the point of Vermeider was to kill Ashley or Caden. It may be Rex. Also that. I thought Mary Sue was a character problem about someone being too perfect. Commander Shepard being the space messiah never bothered anybody, so it's not as simple as everyone makes it sound. The problem isn't the character's traits, it's the world bending over backwards to make them look good. Do I need to bring up how badly they tried making Kai Lamewad look cool? Everyone forgets they have guns and gets in melee range of the Space Ninja repeatedly because the writer said so. Collapsing building has falling debris and a crumbling floor around him that affects everyone else in the room as he casually walks out because the writer said so. Shepard and the crew take, 10-20 seconds to react to Kai Lang stabbing the car during the coup because the writer said so, even though Shepard and crew are military vets who dealt with weirder. You get the picture. Back to the point I wanted to get at. The stunt you guys pulled has put us in this awkward spot now, but as long as we don't focus too much on it, we should be fine. I don't think the audience would like having an undercooked villain. Are you sure we shouldn't get a bit more focus? Being the ones involved most with this should be sufficient, I feel, but if so, I think it should be optional. People signed up for a killing game with familiar faces, not a self-insert meta fanfic. Okay then. Okay then. I guess. The audience is here for the interesting people, and that just isn't us. Why little hope for this, by the way? A few reasons, but the thematic one was the demons that represent how you keep dying thing was one of the bigger ones. What was the biggest one? Little hope appeals me the least. It's got very little choice-based kill bullcrap that Devil and Me spammed, and unlike House of Ashes, which also spams choice kills, the runner-up choice with lots of action, the characters aren't irredeemably insufferable the whole time. People complain about the love triangle coming up at terrible times in House of Ashes, but that's not the real issue. I know it isn't, because there's never a good time for any of these character developmental conversations when danger's around the corner. Jason and Slim having a heart-to-heart is one of the best scenes in the game, and people love it. But talking about your life story in an alien hive surrounded by cocoons is not exactly the best time or place for it. There is no good time or place for it that easily fits. No, the reason people say the love triangle comes up at bad times is because the love triangle is terrible and people hate it. Is this the adultery love triangle you already complained about before? Yes. There is no way to make that look good or be tolerable without killing all three of them off. So what makes Little Hope's characters tolerable? By comparison to non-SuperMassive games, they're still pretty darn rude from the start, but by their own standards, they're all just b***y. Not b***y and also cheaters or immature or morons or whatever. They're just b***y. Sheesh, guys, really setting the bar for compelling characters high, aren't you? But Little Hope still pees you off. It PO'd everybody because of the ending. Well, not quite. It PO'd a lot of people, but not everyone. It just depends on whether or not you can tolerate a none of it was real ending. That's also a genre shift from the advertised supernatural horror to psychological tragedy in a game where the challenge comes from QTEs and thus keeping everyone from dying because the characters were not real. Not real? I want to see Mom and the Professor make out. Which one would be the senpai in that situation? Angela because she's older or John because he's her teacher? Oh god, Ray's her teacher, that'd be weird. They don't really focus on the fact they're college people much. But again, it's hard to tell age when you can't see half the screen at any given moment.
Is that you? I can't... Oh. And you said there was nothing to it. You meant your balance, right? You don't exactly inspire confidence. Flat out, Granny. No one asked you.
Okay, time out. Can we all just take a breath? Think about what our next move is?
Oh my god, someone turn the shadows off so I can see.
Oh, Mark, your tentacles feel so good.
Me! Let's go out of here!
I'm so glad you got me a better interface. What did you press? I'm deleting his memory. Alright. I'm so glad you got me a better interface. What did you do? I increased his morality stat to around 50%. That's not what we were going for, but I guess that won't hurt. People are generally defined by both nature and nurture, so I guess this makes sense. Just delete the memory too. Okay. You want to brainwash him, don't you? For a variety of reasons, yes. Logically, his immense power is an asset that can be used for a variety of purposes. Keep in mind, his only real negatives are his morality and lust for terror. Heck, he actually has two heavenly virtues that... He has virtues? Diligence and patience are his two big virtues. It takes a lot of patience and careful planning to pull off a lot of the crap he did. Not only that, but he's bent on seeing his goal through, a trait that is generally seen as being a positive. I've also seen his crowdload of contingency plans for when things don't work out how he expects, so he can still benefit. Huh. What about sins? I'd expect him to be prideful. Not sure if those qualify. Pride is about thinking you're better than everyone else, while humility, its counter, is about being humble and thinking more of others. He doesn't fall into either extreme from what I've seen. In fact, Asmodon's excessive bloating is a much more noteworthy example. Is he the one that kept blabbing about his plans to the enemy and then losing because he kept doing that like a cartoon villain? Not quite how it went down, but not far off. Okay, what sins does he have then in your highly researched opinion? He controls his emotions well, doesn't care about material possessions, others' talents or lives, is not lazy in the slightest, and I already went over pride. That leaves gluttony and lust, which are very similar. Lust would be a very weird one for Diablo to have. Tell that to the fanfic authors. Not touching that. Why lusting gluttony? Gluttony is about going so overboard with something it becomes excessive or overindulgent to the point of waste. Usually associated with food. Yeah, but it covers more than that. You know when a show uses a running gag so often it stops being funny? That's an effect of gluttony. You went so overboard with the one joke it became annoying. It's why crap that's trendy becomes stale so fast. It's also why Frozen got so darn annoying for the longest time. It was overexposed to the point of distaste. Popularity is a double-edged sword like that. And I wish people would try and figure out why instead of just hating or loving without thinking. You're ranting again. Nobody wants to hear it, Rex. Do you know how many opinions I have to keep to myself? Besides, the camera's off, so it's just us. Okay. But, okay, what's the other one? Basically, lust is desire in excess. If you desire something, anything, you're lusting for it. It doesn't have to be snoo-snoo. If you have a ridiculous desire for control, for example, to the point where you want to make people do whatever you want, that's a type of lust. If it affects your actions and makes you a control freak who has to have their way, the example is more obvious. I'm gonna take a guess and say you're using yourself as an example right now. Gee, I wonder why I picked a frigging mind flare as my character. Yeah, I figured that was the case. How does this relate to Diablo? According to my research, he is calm, cunning, and patient. He sees himself as an artist of terror. He knows that conquest comes when enemies turn their back on fear, rather than face them. However, Diablo does not acquire the satisfaction from conquest itself, as Mephisto might. Diablo feeds on the terror that precedes the conquest. To him, the fear a victim has is a greater reward than the pain they suffer when they are actually tortured. His whole shtick is fear personified. Spreading it and a crapload of it is his whole thing. Him wanting to commit worldwide demon terrorism that results in killing everything is where the lusting gluttony come in. Ah, okay. His desire for terror is so strong to make him do bad things that he goes so overboard it's a waste. Yep. Interesting. Why give a crap what the audience thinks of us? Because of the fact that stories like this have an easier time falling into self-indulgent nonsense very easily. Usually power fantasy and wish fulfillment. If we were fighting alongside the others instead of against them, we'd have to deal with the stink of those allegations no matter how involved or not we are. Stay a while and listen. I swear it'll be interesting. Never fear, the exposition fairy's here.
I don't know why, but something about that sentence perturbs me.
Pretty sure saying never fear to the embodiment of fear itself is a bad choice of words.
Fear itself?
Hey, you're the one in binds, not us. Show some respect to us and maybe we'll be more receptive. Rex, you're not helping right now.
When I escape these binds, I will rip you apart for this insolence. However, if you release me now...
Now?
You...
Shut up, dummy. You're the one restrained here, not us. Yeah, this isn't a good start.
You. Tell me the situation I've been placed into. What happened to me? Why bind me in this cathedral? You have made a terrible mistake. You realize you cannot contain the true power of an immortal within.
You got mauled by old people. Shut it. You're not scary.
What did you just say to me?
You consider throwing less demons and undead at everybody? It's a bit... stale. Zombies are frigging everywhere. Even little kids aren't scared of them anymore.
You will suffer for this insult!
Ow. Yep. Still hasn't stopped the fear-inducing nuns yet. Pretty sure that was a joke line I asked you to read in front of the camera. Yes, but calling Diablo less scary than nuns sounds insulting. Oh, look what you did to the plan we have here. Octavian, I want that thing out of here. We're not starting to call the march. Oh, you're no fun.
Who the are you two? So, you changed me to be nicer.
Not nicer, less evil. Big difference there.
What is that statue for? That is no angel I recognize.
I didn't even think about that. I thought that was normal. I made that. It's an artist's representation of what they find most scary. Concepts that make my skin crawl.
You fear the angels of all things.
I was raised on a religion based on instilling principles into people through fear-mongering.
You have my undivided attention.
See the chains it has? A large eye, that capsule. It's designed to be like a siren, except instead of using hormones to kill men, it's using visual allure to mesmerize into restraint and captivity.
I understand the chains and the capsule of captivity, but the eyes lack allure in its current form.
Yeah, well, rocks aren't known for being mesmerizing. Hold on. Okay, this is what it would look like.
A cascade of mind-numbing color to lure victims closer, with a softer shape and lighter elements to project a false sense of safety.
Kinda like an anglerfish. Yes, but with a more helplessly trapped predator with no control anymore, and less death by digestion.
A fear of no longer remaining in control, you say? Where did this fear originate from?
Everything.
That is too vague to understand.
You should drop it. There's more important topics right now anyway.
Irritating. But true. Tell me everything you know about this current situation. Your fear of this makes me believe there is a reasoning behind such a notion. Am I correct in assuming you were under someone's thrall at some point for a long period?
No, I just have issues.
Elaborate.
I was raised on religion in a way where I was constantly worrying any mistake would send me to My first swear caused me to cry in my room for God's forgiveness for a straight hour.
You are too sensitive for your own good.
I know, but I should want to be a good person for the sake of it. Not because God will strike me with lightning for not being an ultra-pious, abstinent, restrained, and obedient nun. And don't get me started on how religion made me feel like the only way to avoid damnation was to act like an annoying zealot. Let's move on.
Tell me everything.
That's the basic gist of the situation anyway.
I will never cooperate with you.
Hey, this is going nowhere. Yeah. You're an artist of terror, right?
So you say, and it feels correct.
Have you considered broadening your horizons or keeping an open mind on the subject? Terror comes in a variety of ways, and it becomes less effective the more you use the same method of inducing fear. Eventually you'll stop being scary, you'll just be normal. Everyone will get used to you and stop thinking, oh no, run for your life, and more as it went say already. I mean, you got mauled by Deckard Cain at this point.
My name is Deckard Cain, and I've come on out to greet you, so sit your and listen, or I'm gonna have to beat you.
You truly wish to lecture me?
Have you considered using less fire and brimstone and more psychological disturbance options? People against zombies in general versus them against zombie loved ones attacking them are two very different hitting scenarios. And even that was done to death to the point it's lost its tragicness.
If you wish to kill me, do so now! I will not tolerate this any!
Why move completely into a husk? This clearly isn't working. What?
Wait a minute!
You have been prickly to the people with power over you as if you had any chance of intimidating us into doing what you say. If you don't want to cooperate, I will make you, by killing you from the one place you cannot recover from. I already know death is no fear of yours. You always come back. So...
No! You cannot!
Watch me. Are you sure about this? Give it a minute.
Get me out of this contraption! Get me out! Why is nothing happening?
I'd like to think scaring terror in a panic frenzy is an accomplishment.
That was a jest to prove your superiority?
No, I just wanted to be a dick to you a bit before you're gone forever. I don't lie. I suck at it. Yeah, I don't make idle threats. I see that. I expected that to go better. Oh well. I was thinking of bumping up his morality a bit instead of only removing his memory, but you told me the plan was memory, so... Yeah, I wanted to see if his true nature was salvageable. Nope, that was not gonna work. He's just one of those pure evil types. Oh well, next time. When are we going to get another pure evil villain, by the way? A lot of movies I hear about lately have the villains be a concept or a nuanced person. There has been a glut of generational trauma as the main issue in Disney's movies lately, but they are around. You just need to ignore Disney and focus on DreamWorks. That's why I'm not hearing about them. I'm not very exposed to your world's advertisements. It'd be nice if the digital world had art, theater, movies, games, and other stuff like that. Honestly, I don't know what you guys do for fun over there besides fishing, curling, and beating the tar out of each other. You know, that's a very good point. Battle City doesn't have a whole lot of entertainment going on outside of the arena. When the next order happened, I was worried File City was overwritten, but I'm glad to find out I was incorrect. What's the next order like? It's not bad, but it's different. You don't seem impressed. Despite there being a crapload of other people, I feel like I have to babysit them instead of hoping they'll be reliable. How so? Well, Kota and Mari are basically useless. Wow, not pulling any punches with that one. I'll let you know when they accomplish something that isn't actively detrimental. My feelings on the next order, it's different, and I definitely prefer File City over Floatia, despite being smaller and having less stuff overall. In other words, in your world, you like Digimon World 1 more. Well, the inhabitants and how to recruit them isn't 75% fighting and 20% fetch quests like it is in Next Order. It perturbs me how much control over our lives your world's computer programmers have. Nerd Natsuki and the girls have issues. I'm not gonna be, if anyone with your mind, they'll find out the hard way. That was a mistake. Look, hackers. They managed to mind screw everybody. You saw what happened. Losing memory, violent tendencies and tempers, throwing barrel, language barriers, all of it was their fault. And one of those arrogant things survived. I'm not sure if Analog Man is alive or in Digi-Limbo right now, but they're definitely not gone completely. Don't know how he keeps possessing people to cause more problems. Pardon? He caused problems in the Next Order too, and also that world that revolves around card games. I don't feel safe, especially knowing the outside world has become partly virtual. If he comes back, I will delete him. And Junko, if she comes back for no reason, she's not much better. Is there a way to prevent me from being... Even with good intentions, this feels wrong. I'm sorry, Rex. File Cities... It's so dull without you. Even the arena? You maxed my stats when I was a rookie. Nobody wants me to participate because I keep winning all the time. And it's boring when you know you're too tough and strong to lose, so I don't want to do it either. You used to hate me for running from danger all the time. Yes, but that's because you were 5, and you were about as trustworthy with a pet goldfish as Commander Shepard. You just didn't know how he worked yet. Rex. Don't apologize. You were 5. You didn't view it as anything other than the game it was in your world at the time. I starved you half to death for months at a time. Okay, I'm changing the subject. We've had this discussion before. Dad, I don't know what to do with my life. We've got steady meat provisions thanks to Vegemon. Wamon and Bergamon cover transportation. Centaurumon's there so we don't need a doctor. And the arena doesn't work for me anymore because it's always a curb stomp. What am I supposed to do with my life now that nothing crazy happens anymore? There's never a bad time to try something new. File City is more of a small town with 7 buildings and a city, so there's gotta be something unique you could try. I don't know what I don't know. Please, give me options. Well, everything that comes to my mind involves artistic endeavors, like painting and sculpting, music, theater, writing, etc. What's a theater again? It's when actors get on a stage to pretend to be people in a story and act it out for real-time entertainment. Oh, so what you've been doing this whole time? Acting would be more like pretending to be a completely different person most of the time. Something like this? So, we finally meet in person, my expendable pawns. To think you would all survive this long. Perhaps it's best I take you seriously. Tell me this, what hope do you have of escaping and returning home? I'm your one method of escape. After all, I control this world, and all that's in it. Kill me, and you remain trapped here. Indefinitely. Surely your friends and family noticed you're missing, and are quite worried. But I view myself as being quite benevolent. Perhaps if you prove your worth, an arrangement can be made. Shall we discuss, or will you resist, knowing how futile it is? Why didn't you make that epic evil monologue sooner? I told you why 10 minutes ago. Oh yeah. So, was it good? It was phenomenal. Did you just make that up on the spot based off her role in this game? Yes, but I acted as if we don't suck at this. Okay, I think we need to schedule a meeting with the girls and maybe Cthulhu to ask if they'd be up for watching or acting to play with you, cause that was good. When we go to Cloud City later for food, we're gonna want to ask around about setting something up. Sweet! That's the basic gist of the situation anyway.
I despise this truth, but I can see why you did it.
How do you know we're not lying?
You, I don't fully believe. Him, I do.
Why me?
What's the real reason you chose to change me? If you are truly as powerful as this situation implied, I'm superfluous to your machinations.
Well...
You don't want to admit the truth, but your mind blocks you from lying.
I'm not that bad a liar. Yes, I am. Shut up, please. I'm trying to help you. Sorry.
I want to know the reason. If you desire my cooperation, I deserve your honesty. I am not to be one's tool. Any fabrication I will see right through.
Your traits are likely a factor. We don't have a lot of confrontational people on the team that can be taken seriously. Atsuki's the best we got, but that's still not the best option. Cthulhu's a confrontational jerk, but he's so prideful that nobody can take him seriously.
A factor, yes, but the primary reason? I don't think that is the answer I sought.
I'm sorry, that's not easy to explain.
You're attempting to entertain an audience, correct? How do I, a known monster capable of several tragedies, corruptive plots against the lives and well-beings of humanity and the high heavens, and more, contribute to entertainment?
You'd be surprised. People like watching horrible things happen to people all the time. Usually skateboard-induced crotch shots. But on the less soft side of misfortune entertainment, horror is a very, very popular genre for books, movies, games, etc.
I don't know what movies are, but I'm intrigued by this development. Horror is enjoyed?
Zombie horror is its own subgenre. Horror is that oversaturated right now. People generally like feeling fear in a safe environment where they know they themselves aren't in danger while living vicariously through the people they watch. Fear is an emotion, and emotions need out after all.
Interesting indeed.
Anyway, are you in, or...?
I have more questions to ask.
Well, you're freaking massive, you have tree trunks for arms, and you could bench press a house if you felt like it.
Your sarcasm is unappreciated.
I'm still not over the fact that his bust size was smaller when he was a woman. After the crapload of Bowser and Super Crown thing, I'm definitely not used to that. That's your takeaway from this?
Why in the hell would you choose to focus on that?
I just said why. Wait, Diablo's rag was smaller as a woman? Oh wow.
Explain why this is important.
I'm not straight.
I think your snide remarks were more accurate than you intended.
No, I knew I was right. I was just trying to be humorous.
I can't tell if I should feel disturbed or flattered by this conversation.
Anyway, are you in, or... Just time. They'll be here shortly.
Who will arrive?
Yeah, I didn't explain what's happening right now very well, did I?
Give me the abridged version.
We're all trapped in the courtroom battle royale or something.
Look at all the weirdos.
How much do the Papyrus fans want you dead right now?
Very.
I'm not dead, apparently. We're at school now.
Marge jokes.
Group drama happens.
Octavian is bad at lying.
Yes! PTSD! Beach episode.
I survived an attempted murder by being forced to learn how to swim.
I technically survived the game, but it's not over yet.
That sounded very strange.
You haven't seen half the crap that happens to cartoon characters, have you? I feel a Marge joke coming on. Now, when Marge got superpowered, she got angry mob powers, which isn't that weird. Lisa freezing over with Buddha power and building a stairway to heaven with buildings is the weird one. Though, I guess we should be more worried about whatever she's doing right now. I am the vanguard of your destruction, and I will tear you apart. We will collect your...
Monica, it wasn't me this time, I swear. Those big dumb Reapers were using faulty code. It wasn't hard. No big deal. What is wrong with you people?
I hacked his brain and put him to sleep. He looked like he needed some, the poor shark thingy.
That's a first.
You mortals perturb me. And so does that statue. There's something wrong with it. I can sense a deeper purpose than just a physical representation of your fear.
The intention was to use hypnotic technology to essentially brainwash the masses of lemmings into doing something useful or to stay out of the blast zone. It'd make taking over places easier. It's meant for plots outside this game, since there's an informal ban on mind screw plots in relation to the game's contestants. Also, you would not believe how frustratingly stupid people get.
That sounds unbelievably hypocritically evil, considering your attempt to correct my morality.
Yeah, well, the burning won't fix itself, and its inhabitants are adamant about keeping things as they are. Miserable.
Explain.
There's magma everywhere. You guys need some safety railings or something. Not all of you are fire resistant, especially the lesser evil and Dario. It's her main weakness. If she gets shoved in lava, she ain't getting back out. The war with the high heavens is actually pointless. So someone should try to stop the fighting from one side or the other. Or both. Pretty sure the demons would prefer not getting massacred all the time. You know how hard it is to get blood off the carpets?
This is why we don't use those.
Maybe if adventurers and angels didn't go there on loot crusades, this wouldn't be an issue. The few demons that want nothing to do with any of this warcraft have nowhere to go. Believe it or not, some of the angels and demons both stopped caring about the eternal conflict. Heck, I'm pretty sure you didn't care either. You just wanted an excuse to spread fear.
Sounds accurate.
And can someone hire garbage men to clean up all the broken weapons and junk on the ground? There's garbage everywhere. Nobody wants broken normal swords, aces, helmets, or gloves littering the ground all over the Chaos Sanctuary.
I see your point, but I doubt your agent of conversion will succeed with other 6 great evils around. Oh.
Yeah, you're kind of the strongest one, so... We're trying to get a hypnosis device ready in case we want to use it. It'll make things easier if need be. It's meant for stuff outside the game. Mind controlling the participants into murdering each other is blatantly unfair and dissatisfying. Nobody likes disparities.
You both enjoy molding things into something you deem suitable, don't you?
Are you implying God complex? Trust me, we are restrained right now.
Prove it.
That depends. Do you want to make out with an octopus?
What the is wrong with you?
Shut up, senpai.
I don't know why I did that. That was your doing. I'm going to guess that the Angel's attack's true purpose was to ascertain my reflexes. But more importantly, my...
Empathy.
That feels wrong.
The test was just to see if you care enough of others in a split-second decision to help others. Not so much your reflexes. How does it feel?
I don't know.
Well, that test was a failure. Yeah, we're gonna need to work on your ability to care about others more, cause you definitely didn't even try to help me there.
Am I going to be restrained to the table again?
Well, I believe the test is over.
Why take fascination with my alteration over any other being?
That'll take a while to explain. We'll go over that when a bunch of people aren't about to show up. We better get ready for that. Diablo, I know you don't want to get back on that table, but there's a reason for it.
I despise having no choice in the matter. Knowing that there's something that can decide on a moment's notice to completely erase all that I am without realizing is disturbing.
You know the worst part, Diablo?
What?
You're in better hands with us than the active Blizzard right now. At least we told you about it.
The what?